So, what we've got going on now is a sauerkraut restock. I used up my sauerkraut the last time the kids were over for dinner, and I like to keep it on hand. So I'm gonna make up some sauerkraut, and it's so easy. We're just gonna cut up our cabbage. I've got 2 small heads here, so it'll probably fit in 1 half-gallon jar. I'm just gonna cut it up. I'm gonna add salt to it until it starts to release its liquid. We're gonna smash it down really good, pulverize it with a wooden mallet that I'll show you later, and then we'll put it right into our jar, and then we're gonna let that ferment until it's the sourness that my family likes, which is normally a couple weeks. They like their sauerkraut to ferment because they like it really sour. And then once it's done fermenting in a couple weeks, you put it right in the fridge. It slows down that fermenting process, and it'll keep in there indefinitely. Our grandparents used to keep it in the basement in their cold rooms for, a year. And they just put it in a big crock, so it would be in there for about a year. We'll go through it before then because I make it on a much smaller scale. Normally it's just my husband and myself, but when the kids come, we go through a little more. So I like to keep it on hand. So let me cut up this cabbage, and then I'll be back. Well, I had to switch bowls because I had more cabbage than I thought for. So it's all salted up now. I had 2 small heads of cabbage, so I probably put about 3 tablespoons of salt on it. Now I'm going to let it sit for about half an hour to an hour, and we'll be back. Pay no attention to the hair. I went outside, and it's a big old windstorm here today. So don't come to Pennsylvania because we got a big old windstorm. All right, so this is, I don't even know what you call it, mallet. I call it a mallet. And I've gone ahead and I smashed this down real good, and it is starting to release its juices, as you can see. I don't know if you can see, it's glistening. But now all we have to do is we're going to put it into our mason jar, and I'm going to, again, push it down in really good. And then I've got these lids that allow a little bit of air to escape. That way it doesn't, explode when it starts building up pressure, because it will build up pressure. And I'll put a weight on top of the sauerkraut to keep it down under those juices. Anything above the juices can and will mold. We don't want that. If you see that, we need to chuck it and start over again. So I've got glass weights that I put on top to hold it under the juice, and then we will let it sit in a cool, dark place. I've got a back bedroom that's perfect. I keep the shades drawn in there, and we'll let it ferment for about a month, and then it'll be good to go. So I'll show you the process after I get this loaded up. So I'll be right back. I won't make you go through all of that. So I have a fermentation kit. It comes with these little lids, and there's a little slit in here to let the air out when need be. And then you've got these weights, and this is just a clear weight, and you put it right down in a wide mouth jar, and it holds your sauerkraut down. So this is what we're going to do. Swing around here. I'm going to take my weight, put it into my jar to hold that down, and then I'm going to make sure that's open, and then I put this on, and as you can see, I already got the lid on this one, but then you're going to put your ring right over this breathable lid, and then we're going to sit this in a cool, dark place for 1 month, and then it's going to go right into the fridge. Voila, sauerkraut. But I would, if you're a new beginner to the whole fermentation process and making sauerkraut, and you don't know exactly how sour you like it, I would let it sit 5 to 7 days, and then I would taste it. And just taste it weekly until it gets to the sourness that you like and your family likes. And the nice thing about fermented products is 1 tablespoon, say, of sauerkraut or whatever fermented item you're going to eat, but sauerkraut is like my preferred. 1 tablespoon of that a day is better than buying probiotics and taking them over the counter. It's got more, probiotic goodness in the sauerkraut, and which helps with leaky gut and all those types of things. So just have some on hand all the time. Take a tablespoon a day, and it will keep the doctor away. Again, I'm no doctor, so don't say that I'm giving medical advice, but it sure helps me with my stomach issues. So again, thanks for joining me and learning how to make sauerkraut. This will be gone in a couple months, and I'll be doing it again. Have a great day.